Yeah, welcome to TB Entertainment, where we put out a lot of content and reviews. And if you're new to the channel, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so as soon as we put out a new content reviews, you will be notified. So, at this moment, we're talking about Valiant, who had put out a new music video, and a lot of people, it draws a lot of people attention, knowing that the type of video that he has done, it was done in a church, and a lot of people is now coming after Valiant based on what he has done and the type of lyrics that he's using in the church as well. Even though he said it is not a church, it is a auditorium or somewhat, be more than likely, but it is still based off a church. So I mean, I'll play this video and you can let me know what you think and if the brother is wrong or if the brother is right. But in my eyes, I think the brother is talking 100% fact and he's speaking fact. So I cannot say he's wrong or anything like that. So listen.
Your disclaimer starts by saying this wasn't a church, but respectfully, that misses the whole entire point. First, stating this wasn't a church does not necessarily address the concern. The issue was never merely the physical building. The concern is the imagery. If a scene is intentionally designed to resemble a church sanctuary, if the artist is dressed and behaving in a way that resembles a pastor, and if provocative content is then placed within that setting, people are naturally going to associate the message with the Christian faith. You cannot create the appearance of a church environment and then expect us to behave like dummies and say, oh, it's not a church because the disclaimer says so, when intentionally there was a communion table, there was a lectern, there was a pulpit, there was a cross, the very sacred symbol of the Christian faith and symbolism of a church. If it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it is a duck. We no idiot. Your disclaimer goes on to say that we respect all religions and denominations across the world. Sir, from we are picnic we know this. Respect is demonstrated not only through words, but through actions. Imagine someone saying, I respect your mother, and then spending an entire video mocking her mannerism, mocking her appearance, and everything she represents. No reasonable person would accept the claim of respect simply because it was stated at the end. Their words and action are sending two different messages. Respect is measured by conduct and not merely by declarations. So with all due respect, sir, you did not respect my religion. Then you cited Matthew chapter 7 verse 2. That verse reminds us that the standard we use to judge others can also be applied to us. The verse warns us against hypocritical judgment. It does not command any Christian to abandon wisdom, discernment, and conviction. The same Jesus who said, judge not, also taught his followers to recognize truth from error and to evaluate actions by their fruit. There is a difference between judging a person and discerning an action. We are all participating in public discourse. If artists have the freedom to express themselves creatively, we believers also have the freedom to evaluate, critique, and respond to that expression, especially when it contaminates our faith. What grieves me is not simply a music video. What grieves me is the growing trend of treating what is sacred as ordinary, what is holy as common. We are living in a time when society increasingly wants the blessing of God without the reverence of God. As a Christian, my desire is not for anyone's downfall, but for transformation to take place. But there are moments when remaining quiet sends a wrong message. Because if Christians refuse to speak when the church is desecrated, if we refuse to lovingly challenge what concerns us, then we silently teach the next generation that these things do not matter. We teach our children that reverence is outdated, that holiness is optional, and that nothing is truly sacred anymore. Me no better than nobody. but I believe some things are still worth defending. And among those things is the honor, the holiness, and the reverence to a holy God. Uno a ramp with God, and God ramp rough. He who has ears, let them hear.
Yeah, for me, 100%. I totally agree with what the Virgin has said. So I cannot say no. He's totally right, 100%. And if all of the church should really come out like this, so when all of this corruption is going in and around Jamaica, I think we'd be 1 foot further, in better in Jamaica. You know what I mean? At least we would be hearing the church voices. We're not hearing the church voices, but you see, they come out for Valiant, and this is how we want them to come out when there is corruption. But I think because the government, after the storm, the government has said he was going to, give them a certain amount of million to rebuild and all of that. So I think more than likely it's because the government has said he was going to give a certain amount of million to rebuild the churches and stuff. Why these people don't want to come out, which is the church people. So at the same time, we have our next brethren to come out like the previous video that I just played, stating the same thing about Valiant. So I'm going to play this video and you guys can give me your two say, and if you think these brothers are wrong or if they're right in somewhat. I mean, for me, I think 100% they're correct in what they're saying. So watch and listen, let me know. Give us your thoughts.
There's an artist by the name of Valiant. I don't know if you don't know him, but if you know him, tag him in another post here. Now, this young man started his career by singing about Hobia and all sort of stuff. Now, me don't know this man. And it's all good and well that was working for him, brought him to his level of fame and notoriety. And whatever money they might make from it, okay, it's all good. So you propagate Hobia, but now you have to step it up. You're taking it a step further. By you create what looks like a church setting, and you brought naked, half-naked girls to desecrate what would represent God's temple. Let me tell you something, a dangerous ground here at Chatpan Youth. One of the reasons why I address this is because I know Prophet Michael Carter, and I saw him talking to you sometime. Think him know you because some church where you used to go, grew up in a church. See, many of us know the right and do the wrong. Why? Because what we are doing, we want to make more money and we want more fame. What I got profit you do if you gain the world and lose your soul? And I want you to hear me, Me I talk to you. By the Spirit of God, me I talk to you. You can't fight against God and win, youth. And I want for you to go do your investigation on how many people mock God and them don't fall out to be studied. Be careful how you write your own judgment and you create your own downfall. You flow up in a God face because on the face on the reach young youth, you grow up and go Sunday school or wherever you used to go, and you know the right. No make because I look a hype and look a fame, your people them will ball for you. Your same friend them want to celebrate you and not talk about yeah. Them same one will have to wonder what happened to you. Go find out what happened to Nebuchadnezzar. Oh God make him mad and eat grass. Youth, a serious ground here at Chatpan. So whatever you did, you get away with it. And maybe you think you get away with it and it didn't work, but you have to step it up, man. Because you try to irritate God to wrath. And you don't want to see the wrath of God. You have to realize that your life was meaningless from the beginning. So get it together. You can do the honorable thing. Remove the video, go do a new one if you have to, man. But be careful of where you try propagating at the space to make people feel like they can disrespect the God of heaven. Because you, God will make your example. Be warned. I don't know you, and with much love and humility, youth, me I tell you. From a young man to another young man, me I tell you. Do the right thing. No follow some people. No make God wrath come upon you.
Yeah, regarding to the 25 non-immigrants that was supposed to pass through Jamaica, knowing that, they said they were just only being processed here and then send a return to their native country where they're from. Basically, I think, a lot of people, eyes has been raised, eyebrows been raised about the whole situation back and forth, in which they come out and they make a statement that these immigrants will not reside in Jamaica. They will only be here for processing. So here is Mr. Vegas, with his to say why, the government had to take the deal and they say if they didn't take it, I mean a lot of people visa would have been revoked. A lot of people who's traveling back and forth to buy goods, in America and all of that, which all of that would revoke and be an a ban. So I don't know what you think. Let me know. I'm going to play the video with Mr. Vegas, and you guys can let me know what you think.
Passing through your port. So from morning, me ask the comrades them some simple question and them a run from me. All the liar want them to, the big bright one them over Twitter, them can't answer me. So I want to know from the comrades them, because you are going, we hear everything when I say Andrew want to sell out in afraid of people who know why, and him shouldn't make nobody come pass through with shore or come to with shores and da because America fi keep them which part them there, and America big enough to keep them and rare. And if we stand up to America and make America know so them can't bully away, we have to stand for something. So I want to know from the comrades them, if the PMP were in power, what would you have done differently? Would you start some form of conflict or end the friendship with America and Donald Trump because of 25 illegal immigrants passing through your port or even getting status here? 25? Would you have jeopardized trading, tourism, remittance, visas because of 25 people passing through your ports or even getting status here? So the little people who have them small business, yeah, and them go buy them little things and come down to come open at them stores and sell things, buy and sell. Like some of my friends, them we have them nice clothing stores and them depend upon America for goods and service. And of course, when they come to Jamaica, them employ people and people work in these stores and they go feed them family. Do you think it is worth risking all of that because 25 people are passed through a port? So we just say, Donald Trump, we now do that and you can't bad way up, let's go and where I go. Knowing well, say when your hand in a lion mouth, you take time to dry it out. When you see that whole thing away, when you blow up and run with and go and eat that. It makes sense to you? Today, I'm on a platform, I'm go up there go ask the man, say, where you come from? The man say America. But him have the biggest stock in Jamaica. Business. He say he have 5 taxis at Jamaica and he have business at Jamaica. But him live in America. Me ask him, say, and suppose we take your stance and we go with what you say. If you run with Donald Trump, go away. And the man block off the aisle to come to Jamaica, like when them do to Cuba. How would the taxi them run? He said, I'm not going to still get aisle. I say, from where? He can't answer me. Me ask him, say, so what we not going to do? When the man say, he might put a visa restriction on Jamaica, which we already have some form of restriction. Then say, a visa alone, no care about visa. You know how much people visa feed, boy, yeah? You know how much people visa send them picnic go to school? You see, when it does emotional, you know, and when don't think, when I try to make a mountain out of nothing, I'm sure so there are other things we can look for we have a better conversation than 25 illegal immigrants are passed through a port, or even a stopover, or even a reside here. All of the things we now worry about, criminal, this criminal, that we have 100 deportees come down upon a regular program for that. Then they can be criminals too. Oh, because I know Jamaican, they wouldn't want no foreign criminals or Jamaican criminals wouldn't prefer. Well, these people, when them say I go pass through the port, they are not criminals. They are illegal immigrants. Or there will not be any criminals. Or no minors. Etc. You see, no found no mean Jamaica no good enough. When they are foreign, live on the best life. And want the people them down here suffer.